Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting.
We have already started here.
Any attack containing Raul is a frightening sight for any defence.
His record's a frightening sight.
Well, when you think about it, most of his ilk will put themselves before the team. But Raul is different and has a greater appreciation for all that and likely to put others in before himself. You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it.
Raul. Mbappe.
Can he spark a counter here?
There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to say from up here, I know.
And they've switched it over to the other side. Pacho. Threads one in. Now can he... He's having a shot! Denied by an instinctive save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
And he's made sure that's not getting through. And he's taking no chances there. Oh, good big chance! And it's in! Played out towards the right wing.
It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Vinicius Junior. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Raul. Nicely aimed pass. Now it's Mbappe.
It's a good foot in there.
Yamal tries making a foray down the right. Yamal going face-to-face with his great rival.
So it is still 0-0.
And it's Camavinga looking to play him in. Shot a goal! McAllister
With the short one.
And once more he proves rigid and robust. Galatasaray have the chance to go the other way. And here's Haaland. No question, this...
And he has been fouled there. And he's going to have his name taken.
Xavi Alonso is standing over this one.
Someone's eyeing this up with real belief here.
Alonso! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Great ball and he's in, has a shot! It's run loose, who's going to get there? Donnarumma trying to keep this in. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
And here's Gravenberch, played out wide. He has found the way through. Good ball, good take. Xavi Alonso. Yamal. And it's Gravenberch. McAllister. And here's Raul. Rafael tries a shot! Goal! Inter! A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
Inter Milan have penetrated for the first time.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
And that's a good-looking ball. Camavinga. It's a pretty loose pass.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Gravenberg. And here's Rafael Leao.
Rafael Leao really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Yamal knocks it into space.
There will be 1 minute added
Donnarumma
time.
breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Yamal. And the whistle goes for half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
Here we go again then.
Galatasaray can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
And he's intervened well there. Pacho. And it's McAllister. Raul. And Gravenberg. Rafael Leao. And Rafinha. So, what can they make of this? Now it's Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior takes control of it and he's on the move. Camavinga. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Rijkaard. Galatasaray still chasing a one-goal deficit here. Rafinha! Oh, denied brilliantly.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Galatasaray have their second corner now.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
That could spell trouble. Saliba. McAllister goes on a run down the left wing. Gravenberg. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Yamal. Great vision. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, there'll be no accusations of a lack of effort. They're giving as good as they get when it comes to chances.
Nicked it back promptly. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Koundé did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. He's going for goal! Well, now it's a race for the ball.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed approach.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
Substitution for Galatasaray.
So, time for
17,
changes on both sides, actually.
Number 14,
Tries to play it through.
holding the pin.
Tacho can get it clear.
Number 15, number
Mbappe.
22, Vinicius Junior.
Now it's
Coming on the
Camavinga.
field,
And the pass is
number
intercepted.
18,
Galatasaray perhaps wondering what the
Number
best time is
26,
for their next substitution.
Alvarez. Number 19, number 23, Rodrigo. Substitution.
Well, that is
in
one way to
progress.
stop him. That's an imaginative pass. That's beautifully weighted. Oh, it's a... And the shot! It's a goal! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Camavinga, now it's Mbappe. Now this could be a chance. Rafael Leao is onto this. Can he finish? Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
Rafael Leao clearly furious with himself there. They looked for all the world like they were going to go 3-up.
And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Rafael Leao. Oh, that has not gone well. And here's the chance to counter. Oh, no question, that's a foul. Tacho has been sent off for that incident. The referee showed no hesitation in getting out a straight red card.
Well, sometimes a
Can he finish? And somehow he managed to miss it.
Well, I think it's great. He's showing plenty of fight here. You want that to spread throughout the team now.
And he shoots! Oh, another save.
Another cracking save from the keeper, Peter. He's playing a blinder.
Substitution for Galatasaray.
Corner number 3
10,
coming up.
Xabi Alonso. Coming on the field is number 7, Kukçu. Substitution.
And that's a good ball. Rodrigo. It's a threatening ball. Good running, strong and purposeful. Dink through.
There will be 3 minutes.
It's a promising
added time.
position. Showing good feet. Yamal.
Alvarez.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
And there's green grass ahead of him. It's an inviting-looking ball, that. And well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Looking for the run. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Well, here is a defeat that may hit them hard, and you can sense that all around us. Things going pretty awry, and the outcome in the end virtually unavoidable.
Of anybody who has found themselves a
So,
little
Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Well, Peter,
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. This is Peter Drury, and next to me, providing insights, will be Jim Beglin.
well, thank you very much, Mr Drury, and hello to everyone.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, Peter, I know people are probably going to knock me as being biased towards my trade, but when you have someone like this fellow, Josko Guardiola, on your side, it's hard not to pick him out. Such an extraordinary defender with an unconventional style, incredibly quick, and so good at carrying the ball forward. Keep your eyes on him.
Rafinha! And he's there to belt it away. Couldn't squeeze it through. And it's made its way to him. He's on it, can he get away? Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Can he finish? Goal! Galatasaray! First blood drawn. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Yeah, he gets top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good.
So, a breakthrough already. Tries to play it through.
tries a shot, and it's in. And the lead lost no time at all.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Such a big goal, Peter, just when the
Oh, shooting shot! In he goes again! Goal! Inter! And the comeback is complete! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
They get a throw in. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. Well read, and the danger is averted.
Vardiol.
Galatasaray are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
No question, this is the man you want to get onto the end of. Oh, he's been caught on it here. He's away. And the shot. And he nearly went all the way.
Haaland really may get an earful from his teammates for not looking up to see what was around him, but I think he was perfectly entitled to try it for himself.
Vardiol.
And they've got a throw. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Kukçu. And it's Kukçu. Great vision. Oh, that's a key interception. It's just beyond his reach. Saliba. Passes coming off in quick succession here.
Vardiol.
Gravenberg. De Bruyne. And they can counter here. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, that's... Shapes to shoot! They've scored! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. Simplicity itself.
Mbappe really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
Well, you had to fancy him, Peter. He seems to be growing in stature with every goal.
So the lead now is 2.
That has the feeling of a breath of fresh air, Peter, and now they can fill their lungs and just blow them away.
Takes a shot! They've done it! Camavinga. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
There will be 3 minutes added
Rafinha.
time.
And it's Kukçu. McAllister goes sliding in. Inter Milan do have a chance to counter here. And De Bruyne! Yes! And they're at it again in double quick time. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
He had the whole pick.
And the half-time whistle goes. And we're off again. So, 45 minutes to turn it round. That has ended up in no man's land. Camavinga. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. He's in plenty of space here. Oh, the touch is just too thick. Could really have done without that.
Well, I think that might well put him off watching tonight's highlights.
Kukçu. Kukçu running with the ball. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. He's found some space. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Shot could be on. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. And he's intervened well there.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Almost an hour gone. Now it's Camavinga. Xavi Alonso. Threads one in. Now it's Haaland. And the shot! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. And it's Xavi Alonso. Oh, that's an excellent interception. McAllister.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
He's got away. Lovely feet. De Bruyne. McAllister is having a shot! And yes, it's there! Result no longer in doubt. It's just about how many. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class. What about the Mbappe? Gets through on his shot, surely! It's come back out to him. Oh, denied at the last.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. Pass somewhat off target. And now a sudden chance to counter. Kukçu. Now it's Haaland. Kukçu. He's shifting through the gears here. He gets big. Decent chance. That is a fine delivery.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Now then, the ball's come loose. Inter Milan have the chance to go the other way. Now it's Camavinga. Camavinga knocks it into space. Hoisted upfield by the keeper. Van der Ven wins the duel this time. Gravenberg. And it's De Bruyne. Xabi Alonso goes steaming forward. Oh, lovely bit of... Alonso! McAllister. Now it's Mbappe. And the counter is on.
Searching pass he's played there.
There's the shot! Brought out the best in the keeper.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Galatasaray
are looking to go forward now. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. And here's McAllister.
He looked rushed. He should have waited for some movement.
Xavi Alonso. Haaland. Now that looks a decent ball. Real chance! And that's past the post.
tries to pass it through.
He's gone for goal! Keeper always had the measure of that.
Well played, that has snuffed out the danger.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Camavinga,
And there's his chance to lead the counter.
he's picked his way through.
Camavinga. Oh, nice touch. And he's in on goal. Chance for a shot! Close, but time for no more. The whistle has gone.
Galatasaray can look back at this result with regret. A front foot start, but they were ultimately made to pay for their inability to
And a
kill
quick
it off.
reminder today that parking in the area
Your
around
final
the stadium
thoughts, Jim?
is strictly
Well, there
forbidden.
was a distinct
Please
lack
use
of
parking
clarity
provided by the
or
park any
commitment
other paid
in
parking
everything.
facility.
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion.
Hello,
The
everybody,
game yet
and
to kick
welcome
off.
to today's
The
match.
excitement already palpable.
Galatasaray against Manchester United.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. And that gets things running. Well, they do call it the beautiful game, and the man we see before us now personifies all that is good about it. He is known simply as the King.
It's as though the game was made especially for him.
Voted the greatest player of the 20th century, but he is so much more than just that. He is a symbol of charisma, of leadership, of sport. He's having a go! And he's really put himself on the line here.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Hullet. And it's Hullet. Rodri. And it's Vieira. Good defending there, they've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. Xavi Alonso. James. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Oh, no joy this time.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Seedorf. Pelé. And here's Hullet. Van Dijk did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Neither side yet able to find the net. Vieira conjures time and space where few can. Manchester United trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game, because you try and absorb in numbers defensively, and then you look to hit it with a long ball quickly on the counter-attack to get your men in behind the opposition defence.
Just looking for that one telling pass. And it's Seedorf. And here's Hullet. Hullet driving forwards. Picked out brilliantly. And that is expertly dealt with.
Foden, a lot of space here, a real opportunity.
That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. He's not got that quite right. Has a shot! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Foden goes steaming forward. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Maldini cuts out the pass. Ribéry. Now Seedorf. Pelé. Foden. Foden powering forward here. And here's Haaland. Oh, no question, that's a foul. Well, that's a booking, always looked it.
Yeah, it would seem a little too far out, and this will probably be a dink far post.
Decent hit from there. Ribery.
The specialist in tearing teams apart.
And he's chosen to go back. And it's Ribery. And here's Hullet.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Not getting too much time on...
Oh, they could be caught out here. Rummenigge!
So still we are where we began. It's 0-0.
Van Dijk. Into the final 5 minutes of the first half. And it's Xabi Alonso.
Now it's Haaland. That is ended up in no man's land.
Now it's Foden.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on.
There will be 1
Can he
minute
get it
added
through?
time.
Maldini. And the referee brings the first half to a close.
It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment.
An intriguing half, lacking only in goals. The score 0-0. And the second half gets underway.
Galatasaray clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Eze.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Over to the left.
Maldini. And it's Rodri.
And here's Hullet. Manchester United finding their passes. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Manchester United clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Vieira.
Pele.
Vardiol gets across to intercept that. That's good running with the ball.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Now it's Haaland.
That's a lovely, neat pass.
Oh, nicely intercepted.
Now it's Ribery.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Ribery on a charge down the left. Galatasaray can breathe again, just.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Pass somewhat off target.
Ball is over the line. Nice control.
Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Well, that'll do under the circumstances.
Well into the second half, and still there's nothing between them.
James.
He's had a fair tumble under that challenge.
He has a look out. Pele.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Ribery. And he's forced to go back. Seedorf. Here's Vieira.
Passing is crisp and sharp.
And there's his chance to lead the counter.
And that pass just didn't quite work.
Now, can they get him away? Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Nicely weighted ball. Shapes to shoot! It's in! And late in the day, a telling moment.
What a time to take the lead. But now comes the dilemma of whether you ought to hold on or go for it again and try and extend your advantage. That's always been the harder option, in my experience. Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having willing runners who want to go behind that defence. One good ball, and they're in.
So we have our breakthrough.
Well, when the going gets tough, etc., they can still turn this round, I think.
Substitution for Galatasaray. Number
Both sides
19.